The tragic symbol of Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber was not just a boy with a voice, he was a product, a marketable package, a golden ticket for an industry hungry to sell youth, innocent, and image to the masses. Behind the screaming fans and flashing lights was a machine that saw a child not as a human being, but a commodity to be bought, sold, and molded into whatever generated profit. When Bieber sung, danced, and smiled for the cameras, few realized what was happening behind the curtain. He wasn't just performing songs, he was performing childhood itself for public consumption. His life became a spectacle, his very identity carved into a product. Every haircut, every outfit, every lyric became an asset owned not by him, but by the invisible hand of the industry. The tragic, the tragic, the tragedy began with innocent weaponized. The industry thrived on young faces, on purity, on the illusion of untouched youth. Bieber represents that currency in its purest form. But what does it mean when the innocent itself became a product to sell? It means the boy disappears. In his place stands only the brand. Baby wasn't just a song, it was a marketing campaign, a hook to lodge into the mind of millions. His boyish smile was rehearsed, polished, distributed like candy. While the fans were screaming, few asked the deeper question: who owned him? Who benefited? Who was pulling the string of a child on stage night after night? As Bieber grew, the cracks began to show. Fame doesn't age gracefully on a child. The pressures mount, the spotlight burns, and the audience appetite only grow more ferocious. He became a symbol of something darker. The way the industry stripped away childhood, leaving behind only a hollow shell with a microphone. When Bieber released Yummy, the world mocked the song, puzzled over its meaning, and dismissed it as bubblegum pop. But under the surface, it was just another example of how the industry take control of an imagery, language, and theme, turning them into something unsettling. The boy who once sung Baby was now packaged differently, but still packaged, still controlled, still trapped. The tragedy of Justin Bieber is not just his own story, it is the story of every child star who entered the machine. It is about how fame promised freedom but delivers slavery. The child believe that they are achieving dreams, but in truth, the contracts bind them tighter and tighter until they can no longer separate their identity from their brand. Look at the patterns: Mickey Mouse Club, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel. Factories of children's turned into product. Bieber was simply the next phase of this cycle. He didn't escape, he became one of its most profitable case study. His life became a live experiment in mass manipulation. The screaming fan thought they were watching their hero grow up before their eyes, but in reality, they were watching a boy disappear. The man who emerged was shaped not by choice but by handlers, producers, executive managers. His image was never his, it was theirs. The collapse was inevitable: arrests, scandal, breakdowns. These weren't bad decisions, but a young man They were the inevitable symptom of someone who never had control of his own life. The rebellion wasn't rebellion at all. It was a desperate cry of a soul drowning in a system designed to keep him submerged. The tragedy is how predictable it all was. You can look back at the early interview, the polished smile, the stripped answered, and see the hallowing begin. The light in his eyes dims as the weight expectation crushing. The boy was sacrificed for the brand. The industry feed on this cycle. Young stars are born, chewed up and spit out. The machinery doesn't care about their mental health, their future, their humanity. It only cares about the numbers, the sale, the stream, the merchandise. Bieber was not a person, he was a product line. Fame itself become a prison. The child grows into adulthood under consent surveillance, never knowing what is real and what is manufactured. Friends, lovers, even fans, all are filtered through the lens of the brand. There is no true human connection left, only transaction disguised as relationship. The audience play its role. We cheer, we mock, we gossip, we devour, we are complacent. The spectacle only works behind millions demanded. The tragedy of Bieber is only the tragedy of society addicted to consuming innocent drama. Downfall is entertainment. Yummy wasn't about artistry, it was about control. It was about showing that even at his lowest point, the machine could still use him to generate clicks, stream, and debate. It didn't matter if the song was mocked and fed controversy sale. The machinery always win. What we witnessed wasn't just one man's career, it was a warning. Bieber journey showed the cost of selling youth to the highest bidder. It shows how dreams can be weaponized, how talent can be exploited, how the pursuit of fame can leave nothing but ashes behind. And yet the cycle continues. For every Bieber, there's another child waiting in the ring, ready to be packaged, polished, and paraded. The industry never sleeps. It doesn't mourn the broken, it replaces them. One boy fades, another girl rises, and the machine keeps running. The tragedy is that Bieber's story should have been beautiful. A talented boy discovered on YouTube, rising to global fame, making music, living his dream. But the dream was poisoned from the start. The contract was written in invisible ink. The price was his soul. Now, when people look at Bieber, they see the scars. They see the man who carries the weight of a lost childhood, who can't escape the shadow of what the world turned him into. The tragedy is not that he lived, it's that he was never allowed to live free. The tragic story of Justin Bieber is not just about one man, it is about the machine that devoured the innocent and sell it back as entertainment. It is about how a boy becomes a symbol of exploitation, manipulation, and control. It is about how the world watches, cheer, consume his tragedy without even stepping to ask who paid the true price. Well, as we know, no one ever asks who pays the true price, but we can see with our two eyes. Justin Bieber pays the true price. You know, what a life he have lived. He have lived the life of being a brand. That when he tried to just live his life, people were like, "Whoa, you are socially awkward, dude. What is going on over there? Are you okay?" Oh, he's crazy because the Bieber they know is the one that was fed to them. The brand. They don't know Bieber. They don't know Justin's. They just don't know him. They just know what they have been given as a brand. It is hard to tell people that that industry, literally human beings have become brands, like brand. Just like you have a brand Coke you drink. What is it about Coke that you like? You have Pepsi that you drink. What is it about Pepsi that you like? You like sugar. What is it about sugar that you like? You know sugar comes from sugar cane. Do you know there's people that toil in the sun for it to get done? Do you know that there's machinery that do it? What is it exactly that you like about sugar? Okay, you like rice. What is it about rice do you like? You like fried fish. What is it about fried fish you like? You like baked chicken. What do you like about baked chicken? You like baked beans. What do you like about that? Do you know the process? Do you know how it gets? Do you know the steps it takes before it become your favorite brand of baked bean? Anyway, that's just to say. It's the same thing with a human being. A lot of step goes on before you finish seeing the product. It is hard for people to understand that industry have turned little human beings into brands. They're soulless. They have handlers. It's brands on top of brands. It's a very uh don't even get me started with that industry. This is why people, if you love your kids, protect them. Childhood is very short. Let them be a kid. Don't need to rush it. Don't need to dress the little girls like little teenagers ahead of time. Don't need to dress the little boys like little young men ahead of time. They have so many years to dress like little men. They have many years to be females, okay? Let them enjoy their childhood. Let them play. Let them do childish things. Please stop stealing these people's childhood. Let them be what they are at that time, a child. Protect them, nurture them, guide them, keep bad influence away from them. Just love on them, okay? So, what I want to do right now, I want to thank you so much for listening to Luco T Podcast. My name is Manushka Jessica, the host of Luco T Podcast. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment. Um, unfortunately, there's no button we can hit so that he could be given back his childhood. Very unfortunate. But I do believe he'll get it together eventually, you know. But it will be a painful process because he has to find out who is who he is. Because for me right now, it's a lost individual. You got a lot of people talking, but they don't understand that poor man wasn't allowed to make mistakes. He wasn't allowed to be who he is. Unlike the rest of us, I'm telling you, you people that are not famous, you are the real winners. Okay, everything that glitter ain't gold, people. It ain't gold because it's glittering, man. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. My name is Manishka, the host of Luca T Podcast. And remember, everything that glitter ain't gold. Bye.